Georgia is set to have their G-Day. This will be on ESPN2. So everybody and their mother will be watching the Dogs. There is a lot to watch with this one, and anybody and everybody is watching this quarterback battle. Gunnar Stockton's going to factor in, but I really want to see Carson Beck versus Brock Vandagriff. The thing that I'm watching, what is the efficacy of what they do best? And what I mean by that is when we watch Carson Beck, what he does well, he wheels and deals like nobody else. He just can spray the football around the yard. We saw it firsthand at the national title game in garbage time. Dude can absolutely sling the rock. What's the conversation around his skill set versus Brock Vandagriff's, who's a really good athlete and can run the football really well and does a lot with his legs? Is it, man, Beck's arm, it just changes the way that we call this offense. Like, we can just do some things with Carson Beck at quarterback we can't do with Brock Vandagriff. I mean, he can stretch the field. He can throw the deep ball like nobody's business. Carson Beck and his arm talent is a difference maker for us at Georgia. Do we see that in the spring game? Or is it more of a, hey, both guys can throw the ball pretty well. There's no question. They are both capable passers. If you had to give an edge, you'd probably give it to Carson Beck throwing the football. But I'll tell you what, man, we do that zone read stuff. Even though even though Brock Vandagriff's non-contact, when we run those quarterback design runs, he gets out in space. That's just something that's too good to leave off the field, man. When 12 tucks it and runs, we are a different offense. Do we see a version of that in the spring game? It sounds like Brock Vandagriff, according to people at Georgia, is starting to turn the corner. David Pollack came on this very show and told us it is Carson Beck's job to lose. So he started more or less as the front runner. You would imagine as much based on the fact that he got the garbage reps against TCU. But I keep getting mixed up. Carson Beck is the front runner. Brock Vandagriff right behind him, starting to gain some ground. I think his legs could be the difference maker. How much they let him run in the spring game, we'll see. Keep an eye on how that offense looks. I keep saying this, who leads touchdown drives? I won't bore you with that again, but who leads touchdown drives? Something that we got to keep an eye on. Make sure you're locked right here. College football every single day. Make sure you're subscribed. Georgia fans, we're going to talk a lot about your Dogs now. Make sure you're locked in right here. You found your spot. Now, there's another position battle going on at Georgia. Doesn't get quite as much buzz as the quarterback battle does for obvious reasons. The quarterback's the quarterback. But the cornerback position, not the quarterback, the cornerback position, cornerback 2 position rather, got a dogfight going on, no pun intended. Kamari Lassiter is more or less your comfortable cornerback 1 with Keely Ringo departing for the NFL. So he got behind him. You got Nyland Green, A.J. Harris, Julian Humphrey, Dalen Everett, Smoke Bowie, all jockeying for that cornerback 2 spot. And the beautiful thing about the spring game is it is real 11-on-11 football. It is real competition. And I want to see somebody separate, because here's the thing about football and just competition in general when it comes to situations like these. This is the beautiful thing about it. Nothing gets misinterpreted. In practice, position drills, sometimes it's, that was a good rep there, but it would have gone differently in the game. In one-on-one battles, it's, in one-on-one reps with wide receiver versus corners during individual drills, it's, that could have been pass interference. I would have caught that if. The safety would have made the play if. In 11-on-11, man, it is black and white. Either you did or you did not. Like Yoda says, do or do not. There is no try. And in the spring game, we get to see that clear as day. There's no, there's no, what if, there's no, the safety could have. You did or you didn't, brother. Which one of these 4-star guys that I just mentioned, because all 5 of them are 4 stars, which one of them put something on tape for their resume? Now, there's a growing consensus that Nyland Green is jockeying right now for those first-team reps. Sounds like he got some 1 reps at their previous scrimmage, so we like where he stands with that battle right now. But I'm telling you, a good spring game for this position group, put it on tape, man. Your tape is your resume when it comes to football. The other thing that you're all excited about, that I'm excited about too, that we've talked about on this show, the new faces that are set to get rolling in Athens. That's why spring is so fun, because you're not running Brock Bowers 30 reps. Like, we'll see Brock Bowers maybe for a series or 2. Cool, number 19 still that dude. Let's roll. I want to see Lawson Lucky get after it, man. Lawson Lucky, the freshman tight end, had 3 touchdowns in one of their previous scrimmages, one of these past Saturdays. Like, dude has just been getting after it and making a ton of plays. Kirby Smart said he's still got some ways to go, but he's bought in. He's going to be a good player for us. if I'm reading between the lines there. I know about Brock Bowers. I want to see about Lawson Lucky. I know about Smile Munden. I want to see about C.J. Allen. I want to see what he does on the football field. How does he read and react in a game-like scenario? One of the things that we loved about him here at On 3, his processing. He doesn't get too caught up with blocking schemes, and he doesn't have bad eyes, which is something you see sometimes with young linebackers that are really athletic. Smart football player. How does he read and react in 11 on 11? How does he react when he's got a pulling guard coming at him and he's between the hedges with a bunch of screaming fans at G-Day? How do you respond in this kind of situation? Because you and I both know this. Georgia has had the best players, yes, but even more than that, what have they had? Depth. Depth is what wins you national titles. Depth is the reason why Georgia has won the SEC title last year and then gone back-to-back the last 2 years for the Natty. That's the difference maker. Because who made a big-time sack in the college football playoff? Freshman Mykel Williams coming off the edge, taking C.J. Stroud to school. That's the difference maker. Because Brock Bowers is going to get you there. One of these quarterbacks, they're going to get you there. They're going to get you in the door. They're going to put you in that top 5% of the college football landscape. But the depth, the new faces, I'm excited to see what they do. Now, selfishly, I'd love to see Arian Smith, the wide receiver, have kind of a light bulb moment in this spring game. He is a legend when it comes to Georgia football in terms of what he's done behind closed doors and how much potential he has in his track speed. If he could be the deep threat we need him to be in Athens, could be a good deal for Georgia. So that's the Georgia spring game. That's the G-Day on ESPN2, no less. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch that. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.